Intense fighting is taking place across nearly the entire eastern part of the Krasnopol district in Sumy Oblast. The enemy is attempting to plug gaps in its defenses by deploying combat groups composed of Ukrainian soldiers from the rear. Objective surveillance footage shows that the next enemy troop deployment was thwarted and an enemy pickup truck was destroyed. FAB-3000 attack targeting the Ukrainian Armed Forces 36th Mechanized Infantry Brigade on the western outskirts of Kostiantynivka. In the city blocks, road sections, and other areas of recently liberated settlements in Donetsk, the Center Unit is using the Courier ground-based robotic engineering system, equipped with a device that generates a powerful electromagnetic field of the 12th Separate Guards. Engineering Brigade of the Army Group are conducting mine clearance operations. The operating principle of the electromagnetic cannon relies on generating a powerful electromagnetic pulse that triggers the magnetic sensors of enemy mines from a safe distance. The Courier robotic system is remotely controlled by an operator from a safe distance, eliminating the risk of personnel casualties during munitions detonation. The electromagnetic device is most effective in remotely neutralizing landmines and anti-personnel mines equipped with magnetic target sensors, which the enemy actively uses to mine residential areas, roads, and infrastructure facilities. Russian reconnaissance UAVs tracked the enemy's Mavic UAV. As a result, the enemy's UAV control point was identified. The enemy operators attempted to replace the Mavic's battery. However, this action exposed their control point. As a result of reconnaissance and assault operations, UAV operators from the 1194th Motorized Rifle Regiment destroyed an enemy UAV command center.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
The Russians spotted a pickup truck and a large military truck. Then the Molnya 2 strike took place. At that moment, another pickup truck was passing by. An FPV drone operator nearby sprang into action and struck the enemy pickup truck. Footage of an airstrike targeting Ukrainian Armed Forces soldiers stationed in the town of Kirovo. These are images from the direction of Dnipropetrovsk. Here, our aerial reconnaissance unit is conducting round-the-clock surveillance of the Ukrainian Armed Forces military infrastructure, firing positions, troop deployment areas, and fortified positions. This time, the UAV crew from the 8th Independent UAV Battalion of the 2nd Guards Combined Arms Army's Center Military Group coordinated an airstrike on the enemy's temporary deployment point. The reconnaissance was conducted by our newest UAV, the Prince Oleg. Operators detected the enemy's movement toward the temporary deployment site. After verifying the intelligence data, the crew successfully orchestrated an airstrike on the identified enemy targets. In the Kharkiv region, a Ukrainian Kvertus electronic warfare station was detected and destroyed by an FPV drone team. In the Kharkiv region, a Ukrainian soldier went outside to smoke, but this led to his position being detected. He was then subjected to a series of attacks from an FPV drone and was killed. A rifle-equipped unmanned combat vehicle operated by Ukrainian forces was destroyed. An FPV drone destroyed a Dutch-made YPR-765 infantry fighting vehicle belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces on the Zaporizhzhia front.
New footage of the work of artillery crews and UAV operators of the Anvar Special Unit. From different distances, the Russians are destroying and capturing fortresses, bunkers, communication centers in various areas of Kharkiv and Sumy regions. Russian artillery is intensively and accurately hitting the positions one by one. Russian armed forces and mercenaries clashed at close range.
Machine guns right where that second round hit.
The mercenaries were planning to destroy the Russian forces, but something went wrong.
Stevie, yeah! Through that room. We gotta go forward. One guy on that machine gun. You guys cover.
The mercenaries were shot down one by one.
Look! I'm hit! Run down! Give me! I'm hit! I'm gonna go there. Take cover, mate. That's it. Let's go. Are you okay?
Russian drones are carrying out aerial attacks, while Russian infantrymen continue to open fire on the mercenaries. The mercenaries are stuck in the grass and weeds, trying to shoot down the drones in the air while trying to fight the Russian soldiers nearby.
Yes!
It had a f***ing grenade on it!
The Ukrainian armed forces mobilized near Kupiansk, but the Russian army destroyed all the equipment. The guards of the 121st Regiment of the 68th Division of the Western Troops are destroying Ukrainian armed forces equipment in the direction of Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region. Using fiber optics, they shoot pickups, armored vehicles. Air battles in the Sumy region. The Ukrainian armed forces continue to actively use heavy UAVs of the Baba Yaga type all over the front line. These helicopters, which can carry both heavy anti-tank mines and containers with anti-personnel mines, pose a serious threat to Russian troops. Russian reconnaissance UAVs shot down the Baba Yaga in order to destroy it. At the same time, the cost of a heavy Ukrainian helicopter still exceeds the price of a single reconnaissance UAV, and Baba Yaga operators are often transferred to strike squads for losing an expensive drone.
Здравствуйте!
98th Airborne Division in Konstantinovsky direction. Airborne Division in the direction of Konstantinovsky. It shows a Ukrainian armored vehicle blown up after hitting a mine near Chasiv Yar. Then, a pickup truck coming to evacuate the crew is shot down by FPV drones.
Короче, контент нас находит, ёбаный. 300-й, походу, щось, ну.
Russian armed forces artillery shelling Ukrainian positions. Footage recorded by a Ukrainian soldier on his cell phone. How do you think this footage leaked on the internet? Did the soldier share this video on the internet, or did the Russians intercept his phone?
Быстренько с'юбуємось в підвал. Оба, криші нема. Ого, підвал засипало. Братики, ви тут? Приймайте вещи. Фух. Ебать! Контент подъехал!
Да, иди сюда.
Footage of the combat work of the 3rd All-Union Army of the South Troop Group to destroy the control center and the takeoff point of the UAVs of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Seversk direction. An archive footage recorded by the Ukrainian Armed Forces. The Russian drone was chasing a Ukrainian pickup truck when the driver panicked, drove into the trees, and crashed. As far as I can tell from the video, Ukrainian soldiers are sawing down the trees that the vehicle crashed into. It looks like they are doing this to save the vehicle. But do you think that's necessary? Because the vehicle looks like a wreck now. What's the point of saving this vehicle? Footage of the artillery of the 3rd Combined Arms Army of the South Troop Group destroying long-term shelters and living forces of the fighters of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the Seversk direction.
Выстрел!
An armored vehicle used by the Ukrainian armed forces in the Pokrovsk direction caught fire as a result of Russian attacks. Another armored vehicle arrived to evacuate the troops in the area and evacuated the troops. When it rained the next day, the flame of the armored vehicle was extinguished. It was no longer usable and was left alone to be scrapped.
Фамилия, имя, отчество.
Колочко Віталій Олегович.
Подразделение какое у тебя?
92-га бригада.
An archive image. Infantry of the armed forces of Ukraine retreating in the direction of Kupiansk. The infantry is under intense Russian artillery shelling. They run in panic and fear. The Humvee armored vehicle used by the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed in a powerful explosion as a result of a landmine planted by the Russians. Dnipropetrovsk region, Novopavlovsk direction. NATO equipment used by the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed one by one. A pickup truck with Ukrainian infantry was also detected in the same direction. The FPV drone quickly flew to the pickup. The driver of the pickup noticed the FPV drone and thought to stop and get out of the vehicle. The FPV drone hit the pickup hard, and the pickup caught fire. Attack drones reconnoitering on the same road shot down all the enemy vehicles one by one.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
UAV operators of the 29th Guards Army spotted the stronghold of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Shakhtarskoye direction. They then destroyed the fortress with an airplane-type UAV. Russian UAV operators found a tank of the Ukrainian armed forces on the move. A Russian FPV drone struck the fast-moving Ukrainian tank. The tank, which lost its rotation, was hit by 2 more FPV drone strikes, and the tank was completely destroyed. Kharkiv direction. Operators of the Russian fiber-optic drone, Prince Vandal of Novgorod, ambushed a pickup truck on the road. Later, in a forest belt in the same direction, a camouflaged Ukrainian tank was found. The tank was issued a parking ticket.